114 of 50k plus random movie reviews podcast where we take a random movie from Metacritic's all-time movie list. This is Colin.
This is Niall.
And this is random movie 1518. It is The Long Good Friday from 1982. It runs for 114 minutes. Directed by John Mackenzie, written by Barry Keefe. Budget £930,000. Box office of 426 UK in the UK. So I don't know what it did worldwide. There is no stats. Bob was nominated for a BAFTA, and that was pretty much any of the big nods towards this. Starts Bob Hoskins as Harold, Helen Mirren as Victoria, and a bunch of other layabouts as goons.
Multiple goons. And what's his name? From Only Fools with Horses in it, briefly.
Really?
There's a guy in it. What's his name? Denzel. Liverpudlian chap.
I don't know much about Only Fools and Horses.
Sorry.
And who is in it or whatever.
Let's throw it in there.
It's good though. It's good. It's good to have deep cuts like that. What did you make of The Long Good Friday then, in a nutshell?
Bit of a mixed bag, really. Elements of it I really enjoyed. Elements drove me insane. The music, for one. And the volume of the music seemed to be overly loud versus the talking. And then the Foley artist was drunk, I think, for some elements. At the very start, wrecked my head. The bit where the lads poke in a window with guns and it goes... That's not how smashy glass goes.
I actually was digging the music at the start, not the sort of
really
dance, not the dance Irish, like the cyber dancey Irish diddly eye music, but it got a bit of a rhythm then, and especially when Harold is introduced, there was a bit of a sort of a there is
a bit of a funk to Harold's music. Yes, his intro music's interesting. I didn't like the rest of it. I thought it out of place.
Yeah, it felt a little bit out of place. In contrary to the London in the late 70s.
It wasn't very Cockney.
No, but it was a lot like 80s TV music, detective music, though.
Yeah.
You know what the original name, or one of the original names for this movie was going to be?
No.
The Paddy Factor.
I'm glad they changed it.
That's what we're rebranding our podcast to.
The Paddy
Factor.
Actually, not bad.
Actually, it could be a deep cut.
Pour one out for Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, exactly. The start of this movie is very confusing to me.
Yeah, lots of stuff happens.
Lots of stuff
happens in the first 2 minutes. No explanation. People being offed. People going to a pub.
Yeah.
Getting offed in the car park. And then a lad coming out going, "Ooh."
Yeah.
What's going on? I don't know.
We don't have a clue what's going on until it's exposed later on. It was just a weird introduction too, because as the titles roll in, it's kind of slowly zooming into this house, and then we get like a 2-second cut of two guys at a kitchen table, and then it cuts quickly to a suitcase. It's like it's just bad editing.
Yeah. I have a lot of issue with editing and production throughout this movie. Things felt ham-fisted at times, which is, in juxtaposition of some excellent points. Like the acting, I thought was quite good. I thought Helen was excellent. I thought Bob was good. And then just the production just wrecked my head.
I didn't really get annoyed by the production. I think there's two areas of this movie where I'm just sort of going, it's not a great movie. I think number one is that it's really, really stereotype Cockney gangster. And
the first scene where Jeff's at the table, he dials it up to 11, and it just feels all right. Wait, hey, shine your shoe, governor. Wait.
Yeah, and like a lot of the stuff that Bob says, I just think it's like one or two words away from a spoof movie. It's like there's a couple of times I laughed out loud, and it wasn't a serious thing. He did say a couple of funny things on purpose, but there's a lot of things he said
getting taken out like a raspberry
serious.
ripple.
That was a great line.
That's an amazing line.
Yeah, the original sentence was chalk ice, but he ad-libbed to
Raspberry
raspberry
Ripple
ripple.
way better.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
excellent.
in context. It's when they're going to put one a dead body on ice
Poor Colin. Poor Colin.
and Colin. Lots of Colin mentions in this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. Oh, I like
Where's
Colin. No,
Colin?
he's dead.
Colin's dead.
He got knifed. He
Yeah,
was trying to chat up Pierce Brosnan.
for the first time.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan's debut as a non-speaking Irish IRA member,
Yeah, he was very good for his 4 seconds.
and he ad-libbed "hi," his only word in the movie. He wasn't supposed to say anything.
Shut up, you paddy.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of stereotypes here. Lots of yeah, epithets. Let's say
Yeah, why not?
for Irish people and gay
Cockneys.
people, and lots of things that haven't aged well, basically.
Oh, yeah, some of the language is choice.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. This was 1980 on the nose, wasn't it? It wasn't. Yeah.
It was 1980. Yes, but it was filmed in 79. They had a year. They had a year of a delay. The guy in the production studio didn't want to be kind of backed out because it was about the IRA. He didn't want to be kneecapped.
I can see how the subject matter might be troublesome. Like if you don't want to get shot,
Especially in the 70s.
Oh yeah,
in London.
But to be honest, it doesn't really say anything about the IRA. Just
no,
they're in it.
Yeah, and they do kill people, so it's like,
well, yeah,
it's not bad press for them though. It's just
no,
that's
not exactly.
That's
news.
just like, yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's exactly how we did it as well. Yeah,
yeah, and a bit of destruction derby as well for the crack.
Yeah, it's weird. That was weird.
That's a weird
I thought it
choice.
should have been greyhound racing. Or
Exactly what I was thinking, or the horses or something like that. You know, something not completely weird.
Yeah. So I mentioned the first thing. There's the second thing. The first thing is it's like a couple of 2 seconds away from being a spoof movie. The second thing is that really nothing really happens in this movie. I expected a lot more violence. Like I think the final third act is where shit happens, but like leading up to it, Bob's just like confused. He doesn't know who's got it in for him, and they just go around.
I'm going to contradict you here. I enjoyed his cluelessness. I enjoyed that for a large portion of the movie, stuff's just happening to him, and he's like, "What the feck is going on?"
Yeah.
And I do like when it's he finds out, he loses the plot. I like that scene very much.
That is a shocking scene because nothing really. Listen, there's a couple of deaths in the movie and some little bit of aggro, but
violence.
that scene
vicious. He's good. He was excellent in that scene. His losing the plot. Bob Hoskins is awesome.
Yeah, it was really good, and that was like out of nowhere. I was like, "Holy shit, they're showing that!"
I know,
and it actually looks good.
Yeah, it was it was practical effects, and for the time, very good, very good.
Very Tarantino.
Good stabbing. Well done,
Tarantino.
Fancy whiskey, buddy. Stab, stab, stab.
Crazy. Well, we can get to that in the meantime, but. Yeah, as we said, the start of the movie is quite confusing. There's lots of stuff being happened. There's a suitcase of cash, and this character called Colin,
who never says a word. I don't think
doesn't say a word in the movie.
Yeah, it's weird. You don't know who he is. Don't know what side he's on.
Haven't a clue. He takes a suitcase of cash. He
yoinks a couple of bits.
Yeah. Oops. Then he goes into a pub and hits on a dude, and those two dudes that he's hitting on go outside, and they get kidnapped.
I'm not even sure who those dudes are.
No, and I don't know why they get killed.
They get left to the side of a road.
They were IRA members.
Were they the guys that got killed?
They were the guys. Later on, at the end of the movie, we get an exposition that Colin went over there on the behest of Jeff, on the behest of Harris, Councillor Harris, and so the IRA have lost money because Colin skimmed off the top, and also somebody said that they lost 2 of their lads. So those 2 gay lads were in the gay IRA.
But what happened to the lads in the house as well?
Yeah, who are they?
Because no mention of them afterwards at all.
No.
They're not counted as part of the IRA lads that got killed. So
no. I don't know.
Okay. Forget about it, I think. If that scene had been left out of it completely, it wouldn't have made any bloody difference.
Yeah, and then you get more confused pile up in it because then you have a funeral taking place and you think, oh, it's one of the lads from that ditch thing.
No,
And it is
that's
actually, but it is one of the lads.
No, that's
No, it's
Mr.
not.
Brennan, the taxi driver.
Oh my god.
That's
I just watched it like half an hour ago and I'm like going, and also
Brennan, what was it?
we don't even know that. Benson.
Benson,
Mr.
yeah,
Benson.
yeah.
We don't even know who she is. We don't even know
she's
who the funeral
incidental.
She goes, well, she comes back later, but she goes up to Jeff.
She's the
spits in his face.
She is the linchpin that leads Bob Hoskins to finding out what the hell actually happened.
She is the plot device that joins the dots together for Bob
into on. Information.
Yeah, so she spits in Jeff's face, and Jeff, we see him sitting at a table at a cafe, and we know he works for Harold, and Harold's coming in from a ship, and Harold comes in. Governor. Yeah, it's Bob Hoskins, and so there's way too many intros to new characters. Like, so then we cut from that to an old woman going to church with another young woman. It's going, who the hell are these people?
Yeah,
we don't get it until the young woman. We see the next thing. The young woman is Harold's Mrs.
Victoria, played by Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
The whole mum stuff.
The mum.
I don't need to see his mum at church. That doesn't drag the story on any.
Yeah, sure. You don't see her again.
Kissing
She's in
feet.
hospital. Yeah, like we don't need to see that because we don't see her for the rest of the movie. She's got nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, and like we don't see Bob and his mum together, so it doesn't drag that emotional attachment he has to his mum in, or doesn't make any importance elsewhere, so drop it.
No. And so the general gist of the story is that Harold's hosting a party. He's got some Americans coming in to invest.
In fairness, he did use the phrase Yanks.
Oh yeah, it's totally throughout the movie. Lots of racial sort of slanderous remarks are made.
That's the least of them, I guess.
And that's the least ones because you can say Yank, you can say Paddy. It's fine.
Some of the other stuff in this you cannot say now. Holy crap! No.
Yeah, it's kind of refreshing though in a way to go back and just listen to it because it's like
what?
Like obviously, yeah, we are in a better place now as a society, but it's like going back to oops,
yeah,
it's only a vegetable. Yeah, so so he wants to make London dockyards an Olympic event, which kind of did later on, but whatever.
All based on Bob.
Actually, where they are, London City Airport was built. When he meets up with the crooked cop later on, that's where London City Airport was built later on.
Not by Bob Hoskins.
Not by Bob Hoskins. Okay, lots of stuff happens. So he's a gangster, and he's having a host in a boat party for blah blah blah. So two things happen. One, his mum's limo driver gets blown up outside the church. His mum's fine. Two, Colin, our friend at the start, gets shanked in the showers because he fancies Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, that's just what happens when you fancy Pierce Brosnan. You get shanked.
Pierce Brosnan is a siren. He lured him into the shower cubicles.
Hello, my name's Pierce.
Shaken, not stirred.
Yeah, it's a weird scene. Knowing Pierce Brosnan now, it's kind of weird.
True, yeah, he's very sort of understated, I guess is the word. Harold's sales pitch on the boat is very shouty and yelly. Right. It's just sort of like
very Bob Hoskins. Bob Hoskins.
We're gonna be in fucking Europe. Yeah, we're gonna be in fucking Europe.
Yeah, capital of Europe. Yeah.
We're gonna bay his knees.
Then
Colin's dead. Colin, yeah, dead.
Oh no.
Harold is sort of Bob Hoskins is trying to show his range here, like crying, stopping himself, being mad. He's going out like a raspberry ripple because
fantastic line.
It's good. So then, after all this, he goes and there's a bomb in the casino, and that's like half-boiled, baked sort of plot line.
Yeah, a lot of people die in about 30 seconds in this, though. Like this, Bad news. Eric is dead. He blew up in the car. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, help me, mum. Fine. Okay, grand.
Grand.
Oh, by the way,
Colin.
Colin's dead.
Yeah. I
Oh.
was in the army with him. We
Yeah.
kept each other warm.
Then there's a bomb in the casino.
Yeah, which is unconnected by accident. So it's like, okay, we needed that extra little bit, did we?
Yeah. No, there's no quinkydinks that could be going on here. It's obvious that somebody's trying to do them all in.
Yeah, and then it's sort of, yeah, so basically we follow the guts of the movie is Harold chasing down leads. It's sort of like them when the people are chasing down where the ants are. It's like, all right, you know this person, Errol, he's my head grass, so Parky.
Poor Errol gets an awful going over.
He gets slashed by razors.
Razors brings out a machete, cuts his backside.
Yeah, that's...
Oh! That's gonna hurt. He whacks him with the machete a few more times until Errol's like, I ain't got nothing, lads. Stop stabbing me.
Yeah. You know what I found annoying as well? I didn't find a lot annoying, but I found annoying that when they heard the car had blown up, they just got into their car, didn't check underneath or anything.
I did think
a couple
that,
of times.
yeah. It's an unusual choice. Oh, cars are exploding. Should I check under the car for a bomb?
No,
it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We then have the next explosion.
The Lion and Unicorn. Just as they're driving up. Yeah.
Boomskis. I was like, holy shit, everybody's dead. No, everybody comes walking out going, oh, fuck it now. That was loud.
Yeah, it's like an episode of EastEnders.
Yeah, fuck it now.
Fuck it hell.
Yeah, so, right, so he's had enough. Harold calls a meeting of all the local gangsters.
Get all the lads.
Oh, yeah, no, the landlord also says, yeah, there's a couple of blokes in a few times to ask for protection. Mix, Irish, paddies, all in the one sort of scene, we were called.
Yeah. Fair enough. A pair of hard-looking mix, is what he said.
Pierce Brosnan's not really hard-looking.
No, it must have been his mates, because it certainly not Pierce Brosnan. He's not exactly tough-looking.
So he sends everybody out to bring some head honchos back. In the meantime, Victoria's at dinner with the Yanks, and they're like going, "You think we're fucking idiots? There's been 2 bombs. It's not gas,
it's not rocket science, lads. Stuff's blowing up."
She tells them all. So Councillor Harris is at the dinner table at this point, and
he's an AO,
drunk. He's a dickhead.
Yeah,
and he's just stupid. He's just talking crap.
Yes, the American lads are not impressed. The American lads did seem to be impressed with Victoria, though. She held it together.
Victoria's comes across, and Helen Mirren had a bit to say in this. I read that it was just a typical woman on the side, but from scene 1, she's in control. She's like directing Jeff to do shit.
Yeah, she's basically holding Bob's head together throughout this, which is a nice touch.
Yeah,
I like the relationship that's set up because of that. She's not just strong. A bit of fluff on the side.
No,
she's a bit of sense.
Yes, she is.
She's half running the organization, which I like.
Yeah, it was good. It's a good character. Probably one of the best scenes is the hanging upside down in the abattoir.
Did you see young Bricktop in that scene?
Bricktop? Who's that?
He's a character from Snatch. He wants to feed the lads to the pigs.
I read somebody was in the Snatch, and somebody lock, stock, and 2 smoking barrels as well. I don't know.
Boris something or other was in it as well. I think he was Razors. Could be wrong.
There's also one guy in the background, or he says a couple of words I didn't even bother looking up, but he was on Knowing Me, Knowing You at Alan Partridge as a gangster, and I think he probably is an ex-gangster, so that's why he got the role. But he was very funny in the interview.
And then the chef from Faulty Towers was also in this as well as Alan.
That's his head. That's his face. I was thinking, God, is he in Off Wheel saying Pet or something?
I had to stop it, and I went searching, and I spent 10 minutes finding because it was wrecking my head because I knew him so very well.
Good call. That's a good call. I couldn't place him into one TV series
because I've never heard they don't say his name. Say his name once. I had to stop and rewind. What is his name? So
yeah.
It was hard to find them, but yes, he's not the biggest known actor in the world.
That's good. Yeah, so there's a POV as well as the camera upside down as you go along as a upside down
Yeah, if the
headhunter.
whole thing comes to naught, other than Jeff, who
Jeff
knows
gets
it's
angry.
not them, starts giving one of
Yes.
the gods a bit of a hiding.
Yeah, it's out of sort of character for him, and you're
It
going.
is completely. But I think Jeff's
At
kind
the
of reckoning at this point.
at the start of the movie, I pretty much said it's
He
going to
called us
be
Jeff.
Victoria or Jeff. I thought it might have been Victoria.
Nope, not even close. But yeah, I can see why you think Jeff might be. He's a bit too smarmy.
There was
Smarmy for the different reasons.
yeah, Parky shows up and Harold just reads the riot act, slaps him across the face, and goes, "Get to work, will you? Jesus Christ!"
But Parky, this is where Parky informs him, though. You know, when it was gang warfare, I can be involved in this, but the forensic lads have come back and said that the bomb is of IRA design. I don't want to be part of this anymore. This is scary.
Yeah, they'll fuck you up.
Yeah, so he gets a couple of slaps for saying that. You're on my payroll, buddy. You'll do what I tell
Yeah,
you.
exactly. Yeah, it's the part of the movie where before this he was sort of like in conversations, quite
Buddies,
respectful, but
yeah.
this time he's like, "I paid you like 50K. I think he said 50K
20K a year
earlier
he was
on in the
getting,
movie.
but back in
20K.
1979,
That's a
that's a
lot.
shed load of money.
Yeah, but he goes down back to home then and actually slaps around Victoria too. But it only lasts a second, and he sort of goes, "What's come over me?"
Yeah, then she has a bit of a breakdown, going, "I'm scared, crapless. This isn't great."
Yeah, it's not the
Effectively,
best.
it's not the best.
What was this deal with the whole big explosives transition that happens in between at the next scene? Like there's a whole panning around of yellow boxes of explosives.
So there was a warehouse for construction and mining explosives somewhere in London, apparently, that the lads had broken into and nicked stuff. And somebody had got to the night watchman and nailed him to the
Yeah,
floor.
Parky says something about there's a night watchman in the docks. Go
Saying
chase
nothing,
after
he's
him or
scared
something.
shitless.
Yeah,
For good reason.
yeah. So then he sends Faulty Towers chef to say
Check on
hello.
him. He finds
But
him
like,
all right. Yeah.
yeah, but it's a weird scene because this dog is like playing Lassie, going,
Oh,
"Oh,
he's
there's a
down the
dead
mine,
body
is
up
he?
there." Yeah, the dog has to climb up five steps of stairs, but I guess it was the security guard's dog, maybe.
Um, remembering the Troubles, I don't think this is how they acquired explosives. Just going to throw that out there.
No, they made them
They made them
themselves.
themselves.
They
Quite
got the
cheaply.
raw
Yeah.
materials because there's lots of farms.
They
in
didn't risk
Ireland.
breaking into a repository that would have been well defended.
No,
That
all you
was
need
just
is
silly. But that's not really a point to pick on this movie.
no. All you need is some fertilizer and some other shit. From what I imagine.
Yeah. Now we get your true side now.
Yeah.
I got the recipe right here.
So someone they kind of find out then it's someone close to home. I think Victoria
Vic
and
goes,
is talking.
Jeff, yeah, and Harris said something about Jeff. Maybe we want to think about it.
Yeah, he said Jeff was a bastard.
Yeah. She doesn't miss much, old Vicky.
No. So Razor gets hold of the widow, and Harold goes to the graveyard and has a nice chat with her. You left him in a ditch. He slaps her across the face.
He slaps her across the face, and then she gives a bit of exposition, and he's like,
She exposes the entire movie.
yeah, in one line, and he's like,
Yeah.
oh, fair enough. We'll send you money. Kind of feel bad.
And then she says, "Get him a decent stone, love. I'll pay for it later." I don't want a stone. I want Danny.
Danny Bagel Face,
Boy.
as he's known to his friends,
Danny
because he's got
dead.
a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she basically tells everything there. So Jeff,
She connects Jeff and Colin to everything that's exploding around them, literally.
Exactly. So we have this sort of culminating scene, which is the best scene in the movie.
I love
along
this
with
scene.
the
Absolutely love this scene.
abattoir thing. It's not crazily sort of nuanced or whatever. It's quite just back and forth. Jeff's a bit coy and he gets more nervous as the conversation goes on. But I
Yes,
think the
Ari's digging deeper and deeper. Ari knows he's got him, and he just wants
he's
him to
playing him.
admit it.
He's playing him like a fiddle.
Yeah.
I think what puts him over the edge is when Jeff just goes, "Ari will fuck you up."
Oh, will
You're
they?
nothing to them.
Smash glass, stab in the neck. And then he goes,
Yeah.
that maybe was an overreaction. I'll give him a hug.
I need to describe this scene for the visual people in this. So like
Spurting.
it's like he has a bottle of whiskey and you see him break it and then you see
He breaks it over his head.
He breaks it over his head. That's right. Yes, yeah. yes. And then we're sort of Jeff's POV, and he just puts the bottle.
It's a great scene, though, isn't it?
us.
It's so violent, so unexpected.
Came out of nowhere, and then we see Jeff on the ground with blood just
squirting out. I would not expect this of this movie at all. There's been no real violence, not really. And then that. I suppose the Errol thing was kind of semi-violent, but not really. It didn't show much other than sore bum.
This comes out of nowhere. It's very graphic, very violent. It's not like consistently violent like Godfather.
But I like it for that fact. That's why I like this scene, because he's killing his friend, and for that to happen, it has to be sudden. And
True. Yeah, he hit a nerve and he
hit a vein
because of it. He hit a fucking artery. Yeah, by the looks of it.
Yeah. That was quite. It was very Tarantino. the spurting,
big time.
Yeah,
big time.
It's a great shot. Not a shot, but a great scene, and just genuine emotion as he's hugging his friend. His blood's leaking over him. He's like, "You effed me over," but also, I just killed my friend. That's a bit crap.
Yeah. And I think what you're right, obviously, about Victoria, because he's about to just go, "I'm going to kill Harris," and she's going, "No, we use Harris to stop everything."
F down and think with your brain, you idiot.
Yeah. There's a musical interlude where Harold just showers.
This is awful.
It takes forever.
I don't need to see that much of Bob Hoskins.
Torso in a shower.
No thanks. It's weird, and then it cuts to Victoria and Razor burning his clothes.
Yeah, we don't need to see that.
We can guess that bit. We don't need to know that bit. If he turns up in the next scene with a nice suit on, we can figure that bit out.
Exactly, which he does.
Yeah.
He goes to visit Harris. We don't even see the meeting, and it cuts to stock car racing. And this is where the RA members hang out, because that's what we love to do. We're not RA members, sorry. That's
You'd be the worst.
People. Yeah, I would be the worst.
Oh, by the way, I'm a terrorist.
I like stock car racing. Anyway, he goes with Harris and the Razors, and the big head honcho guy is racing. So he comes into a room where Harris and Harold are, and
shotguns ahoy, baby. That's pretty much it. There's not much. There's no nuance here.
No, it's Razors and Chef from Fawlty Towers, isn't it? That pop in, knock, knock, boom.
Shotguns are served.
Yeah. But, it's kind of stupid in a way. Harold, he's a bit naive, because then he goes to the Americans and go, "Yo, everything's good."
That was it. I killed a couple of lads. That's the entire organization taken care of.
Give me your money.
Harry, you're an idiot.
Yeah, the Americans are going, "We're out of here." You've had 2 bombs and 5 IRA members have just been killed.
Yeah,
two cars exploded.
Not going to end well for you, lads. His original, I thought he was going to be smart and say, "Here's a bag of money. Let's leave it at that," because that might have worked.
Oh yeah, similar. Yeah, I thought so too.
That could have worked. He would have went away and went, "Hey, I got my deal with the Yanks as well." Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
No,
but you
don't. No. He went with stupid approach.
Yeah,
escalation.
You could wipe everything clean. No.
Yeah.
That's not the end of the movie, though.
Oh no,
it would be.
No, nearly.
He comes out and he goes into the car. And he goes, "Hang on, where's Victoria?"
And she's waving from the not waving really.
No, not waving. She's struggling.
She's like, was that Team
distress.
America?
I've never seen Team America. I don't get the references.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Well, watch Team America.
I don't know.
Anyway, she's waving at the window, but not in a happy way. She's been dragged away in a Volvo. Yeah. He's in his, think it's a Rolls Royce. But it's not his usual driver.
No, it's the director of the movie.
Is it?
It is.
Mackenzie, whatever his name is. That guy.
I have to
Jeff.
Directed by John Mackenzie. Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
passenger seat with a nice smirk on his face.
with a
And
silencer.
first time holding a silenced pistol. First of many.
It's a good call. Very good
Mr.
call.
Bond.
Pierce is
From
in front.
Navan.
From Navan.
Navan man.
What did you make of the maybe 2-minute long close up of Harold's face?
Part of me loves it, part of me hates it. It's kind of a bit of a gurning scene. It's
a tough scene to act.
It is, but it's just him going, I'm dead. And he's like, Yeah, keep doing it for 5 minutes.
Well, that's exactly what happened. That they muted the entire audio thing and pumped up the music volume. As you said earlier, the music is loud. They actually did it crazily for this. And the entire scene is the director or the producer just telling them what to do. They said it's going to be 5 minutes, so you got to do something.
It's a bit much. He's got a couple of interesting gurns in there. Pierce has got a couple of sly, hey, you're dead.
Yeah, there's a couple of cuts. They weren't in the same car. It was shot on different times of the day. They never even did the scene together. It was the first scene they shot as well in the movie.
Was okay. Listen, I don't hate it.
It's
because it's kind of humorous. It's an interesting one. It is. Bob's face can do a lot of heavy lifting again. You know, a lot of stuff going on there, but it's too much. 5 minutes, come on. Enough for the realization of him. You know, on his face, I'm dead. Feck it. That would be enough.
I'd be more interested to see how he tries to talk himself out of it.
I suspect he's realized at this point. There ain't no talking out of this one.
Yeah, well, that's what its facial expressions show. Yeah. After
the shotguns ended any chance of talking his way out.
Yes, it's a shame Pierce Brosnan wasn't shot out of the room.
Out of a cannon.
Out of a cannon to end the movie.
Yeah, this movie kind of reminds me a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit of a movie come out recently enough with Pierce Brosnan in it called The Foreigner. I don't know if you've seen it. Him and Jackie Chan, would you believe?
Oh.
No kung fu in this movie at all. And it's about the IRA.
Oh, there you go. He's bookending his career.
Pierce Brosnan basically plays Jerry Adams, and Jackie Chan's daughter was killed accidentally, and Jackie Chan's annoyed.
Is this based on a true story?
No.
Oh.
No. Chinese special forces going after Jerry Adams. I don't think that happened.
That's a weird plot.
It's a really weird plot, and it's actually well executed. Way better than
Jerry Adams think about it?
Probably hates it.
He's still alive, right? It's Martin Guinness who's dead, right?
Yeah, he's been dead as years.
Natural causes.
Yeah, actually, it was cancer. It was actually cancer.
Yeah. It finishes on Bob Hoskins' confused and resigned face, basically.
A good 10% of the movie is his face.
I think somebody said that he's in majority of every scene in the movie. Obviously not the first bit, but then he's introduced. I don't think he's out of a lot of them. Yeah.
I think they've paid for Bob Hoskins. They're going to get Bob Hoskins.
Yeah. What did you give plot then? I haven't rated anything.
I suspect I'm going to rate this higher than you. I give it 3.2. 3.25, sorry, just to be... I kind of enjoyed it. I kind of liked the fact that it wasn't really a traditional plot, Cockney sort of gangster movie. Chucking in a terrorist organization into the mix is kind of different. And I think, differing from you, I liked that he didn't know what the hell was going on for half the movie.
What do you say, 3.75 or
2.5?
2.5. I'm giving 2.75. Not too far. I think it's fine.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. It's not standard generic. There's a bit of extra dimension to it.
Yeah.
It's execution.
I'll give acting 3. I thought it was pretty good. I don't think anybody stands out as crap. It's
Yeah,
just
I
fine.
give 3.25. I think some of the supporting actors weren't fantastic. I thought Bob was pretty good, as I said earlier, and Helen's always amazing. So, like, I thought she was excellent. But, not enough to get your teeth into to get any higher than that.
Yeah, yeah. Soundtrack, I'll give 2.75. I kind of liked the choices at the start, and it brought me into the movie going, yeah, let's
I,
do
I,
some
I was there
70s, 80s detectives.
sort of hated it so much. The volume wrecked my head. The
Mm,
inconsistent, even if it's noisy the whole way through, I could kind of live with that. It's inconsistent. It's
mm.
raised at certain points, and it happens straight away when they poke in the window with the guns and they do
Yeah.
weird sound effects and music mixed together. It just wrecked my head. I'm giving it 1.25. I hate it
Hmm.
with a passion.
That's not a problem. Production, I'm giving 3. I didn't have anything really bad to say about production wise. I thought it's done well, it's shot well. I think the plot could be better structured and produced in a better way. Yeah, I don't have
I,
anything else to say.
I 2.5 for me here. Nothing jumps out as an interest. There was maybe a couple of interesting shots, but it's serviceable. It's done in a journeyman sort of fashion. Like it's fine.
Yeah, nothing really crazy. Like I think the POV abattoir shot's good. I think the crazy Jeff death scene is good.
That's
So
actually awesome. That drags the points for the production up for me from
mm,
what would have been a lower point. That's an excellent scene.
yeah. Jack Crawl back in 1982 at Newsweek gave it 70. He says there's plenty of violence in The Long Good Friday, but it's good old macho man against man violence, and the film has crisp direction from John Mackenzie and a tight, smart, sophisticated script by a first-rate English playwright, Barry Keefe. And then way up at the top, Roger Ebert in the Chicago Sun-Times gave it 100. The movie is one amazing piece of work, not only for the Hoskins performance, but also for the energy of the filmmaking, the power of the music, and oddly enough, for the engaging quality of its sometimes very violent sense of humor.
Ebert's a hack.
Yeah, what does he know? Okay, should we hang this episode upside down in the abattoir?
We just offered a whiskey and then stab it in the neck, I think.
Let's do that too. Okay, let's roll for episode 115 and see what's going on there. And we are getting episode or number 898,
Oh.
which is Unforgiven from 1992.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's one of my faves.
Clint Eastwood directed,
Morgan Freeman.
Metascore. Yeah, it's Metascore of 85, user score of 8.3, runs for 2 hours and 11 minutes. Got Clint Eastwood, our old dearly departed Gene Hackman, Morgan Freeman, and other Irish Richard Harris person.
He's excellent in this, actually. As
I
are quite a
don't
few.
know. I don't know if I've ever watched this movie.
Get away. Really?
Yeah,
I've
no,
seen
I
it
don't
3 or
think
4
so.
times. I adore this movie. It's a bit plodding at times, I'll give it that, but it was Eastwood's one of his first directorial outings.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And you can really see his style in it big time.
Cool. All right, that'll be good. That'll be a little probably. No, it's our second. It's a western, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's our second western after Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Another Clint Eastwood. And the product, Three Amigos, of course.
Not sure if you can call it a western. I suppose you could.
Okay, that will be episode 115 next week. If you haven't rated us or left a comment on any of our podcasts, please do so now. And we will see you in episode 115 for Unforgiven. Bye bye.
Bye bye.